New York, New York, what's up, New York? Listen, we in New York, right? This is hip hop. This is hip hop.
Welcome back to Crash the Industry, and I'm your host, Mr. CEO, aka Sha. And today we got a special guest. Hailing from the gritty streets of Far Rockaway, Queens, debatably Brooklyn, King Streetz is a rising force in hip-hop with an undeniable New York City sound, known for his raw lyricism and his vivid storytelling. King has carved a reputation as a local legend, drawing comparisons to his idols like DMX, Jadakiss, and for spitting fierce bars at grade school lunch tables to dropping his breakout project Hurricane Sandy in 2012. King has transformed his passion into a full-fledged career. His relentless grind has earned him a collaboration with heavy hitters like Rowdy Rebel, Dave East, and Neek Bucks. And he shared the stage with icons like Cassidy and the GS9 crew. In 2021, King turned heads with his standout track featuring Votto, What You Really Doing, and then Jim Jones, Rafe Talk. Impressed by King's bar-heavy style, Jim Jones signed him to Vamp Life Entertainment in 2023, cementing King's place in the hip-hop game. With co-signs from New York's toughest MCs and a sound that embodies the grit and passion of his city, King Streetz has proven why he's a top bar spitter and one to watch in the hip-hop world. This is just the beginning for this talented MC. Get ready for the boy, King Streetz. What's going on, my brother?
I like that.
You heard?
I like that.
Hey, yo. Tell Shay he ain't got nothing on me right now. No, this is a conversation that's been like 4 years in the making, bro, for real.
Yeah.
You know, my little bro, every time he was around, yo, King that dude. So
Right.
Money Mark bigged you up big
Nah,
time.
shout out to my brother Money Mark, man.
Yo, Money Mark is that
We
guy.
been grinding together.
Yeah, you know, not to be funny, I'm not gonna bring it up right away because I talk about it later. But that project Street Gospel,
One.
yeah, that intro was fire.
Yeah, nah, that shit was crazy. I think that's one of the projects like we really like sat.
Took your time.
Yeah, it was one of those. So I can never forget that process.
We're gonna get back to that in a few minutes. So, what was it like growing up in Far Rockaway, and how did it shape your artistry?
Man, you know, coming from the Rock, man, it's a tough place. It even make you or break you. It's a make you or break you type of place. So it's like, you know what I mean, you either gonna take what's in front of you and take that and do the good, or take that and do the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about what you take. If you can survive, you know, long enough and to get yourself to grind and get out of there, then, you know, you lucky. You one of the lucky ones. You one of the good ones. But the Rock is just, you know, it's a great place, man. Overall, I know we got a wild name due to like certain events happening, but like overall, the Rock is a good place because you can learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn a lot in one small area. You can learn so much, like it's a whole state. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the Rock, man. You know, if it wasn't for Far Rockaway, I wouldn't be who I am today.
I'm from the style, like Tompkins and all that. So,
My man Pitch from Tompkins.
anytime you meet a chick from, they be like, yeah, we from Far Rock. Everybody look at each other. One way in, one way out.
Nigga don't want nothing to do with her.
You're like, yo, it's one way in, one way out. So, coming up, who were your biggest musical influences when you started rapping, and how did they inspire you today in your sound?
Kiss, man. Kiss did it for me, man. Like I remember cutting elementary school. I mean, going to my man Raji's crib, me, him, Skeen. You know what I'm saying? Just up there eating bacon and mayonnaise sandwiches, listening to Money, Pride, Respect. So when I remember when we first listened to it, and I heard that we start drama like anti-lock breaks, politics, pies and cake, real do dirt, tell lies, escape. What up, son? About now, huh? Where you from don't matter, because we getting it done. Land Rover, double sunroof, bulletproof, Tangeray and grapefruit got me early on my booth. I was like, I'm a lord, nigga. I'm like, nah, who that?
They talking crazy.
Word, he talking hot. But we know we was kids, man. We was in elementary school. Then my guys I was with, they a year or two older than me. So I was real young. I was the youngest out the group. So we just kept listening to them. We listened to that CD every day. Literally, I don't even know where we got the CD from. I don't know if it was mine. I don't know if it was Rod. I don't know where we got the CD from, to be honest with you. But we was playing that shit every day. And we never stopped playing Kiss after that. Like, we always, like, diehard Locks and Kiss fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that, you know what I mean? That shit's just crazy.
Mine's was, I ain't gonna hold you, mine's was Chic because he, you know, that's the silverback, and
Yeah, you're a big.
I used to be skinny. That's crazy. Yo, COVID.
We all used to be skinny.
COVID did me dirty. But yeah, Chic was my favorite. That Bajor denims and gold zippers.
Nah,
Chic
Chic
was
super nice.
that was so.
He don't get the
smooth.
credit he deserves, man. She be
Nah.
holding his own with Kiss and Styles, man.
Yo, that mixtape he put out, this in 50, was crazy.
Yeah, they was going to war.
They was going to war,
going to war.
and Chic stood tall.
Yeah.
So, how did your first project, Hurricane Sandy, change your perspective on pursuing music as a career?
Nah, I put it out during Hurricane Sandy. It was called Nightmare on King Street.
Okay.
I put it out on around that time. The whole initial thing was to put it out Halloween on some Nightmare. You know what I mean? The whole
Nightmare on
thing.
Street, got
I'm
you.
saying then Sandy had came, so it was kind of crazy. I remember going to the studio. It was like, heck, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was wild. And I'm like, I don't care regardless of the fact, I'm gonna put this out. This is my first project, which is me, and me like booking, you know what I mean, studio time and going to the studio and
Out of
really
pocket.
creating these records. And I'm sitting in the house creating and going to the studio. Shout out to him. I don't know if he's still engineering or not. My man Steve, he used to have a studio downtown in the city. Where me, my cousin Smooth, like all of us, we used to, my bro White, all of us used to go down there. And I used to just get busy in that joint. I'm like, yo, I'm putting a project out dolly because I always was like a group. You know what I'm saying? When I first was like rapping, you know what I mean? My cousin Rick had the Real Fam label. You know what I'm saying? When he went to jail, it kind of like, what the fuck am I do? Because he was paying for everything. And we young, we kids. I ain't had no bread like that. But, and then as I started kicking off a little bit by myself, a little bit, then I was running with my guys, my BBF guys, and that was like another group thing. So I think with the whole BBF thing, people got to see, like The Rock got to see my talent as far as bars. And, you know, a lot of people should be like, we want to hear more of you. And I kept hearing that a lot. Like, we keep hearing you with everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So,
You had to stand
shout out
out.
to my guys, Porsche, Lee, Flig, and, you know what I mean, Bum and all of them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did something special with one mixtape, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of felt like with me personally, I've been rhyming, like I was rapping already for a minute, and that was like my point where I was like, no, this is nice. But we want to hear more of you, just you know what I'm saying? And that's what drove me to do that Nightmare on King Street mixtape.
Like I said, they wanted you to stand out.
Yeah.
So, like, in the early days, what was a moment in school rapping that you felt like, yo, hold on, I got a gift?
I don't think it was a moment. I just think it was like every day. I think once I started it up, I can say a moment. I think it was just more like, I remember one day, cause I got kicked out of one junior high school, 180, and went to IS. So I didn't really know nobody. And when I was in 180, I wasn't wasn't there long enough to even showcase no rap skills, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I started like getting nice in between me getting kicked out and there. I couldn't write it none. I used to be good at just straight freestyling. So we used to be in the lunchroom every day. I come from the era of the grinding beat in the lunchroom. We used to get crazy. So whoever would be with me would be doing it, you know what I mean? Or mad people would be doing the beat on the table. And I freestyle for like an hour, like literally, like
Whole lunch
a whole
period.
lunch period, 45 minutes, whatever it was, while we eat. And then, yo, come on, kid. It's to the point where some people wouldn't even eat. Like, they would wait for me to really, like, while I'm rapping, and niggas is just really staring. And I feel like I inspired a lot of people that started rapping around that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people. Even I get some homies, even if they don't rap to this day, even if they do, they'll hit me like, yo, I ain't gonna front. Like, you definitely inspired me to rap back in school. But, yeah, it was just excitement to hear, like, people like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? So I started getting more excited, like, nah, I'm a rap. But I never was like, oh, I'm going to take it serious. I'm going to do this. But I always loved music. But I ain't going to front listening, like just going back, like, I really could do this. I think I could do it. But it never was like, I never knew the ins and outs. I never knew about no studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never knew you had to do all of it. I ain't know
You was
that.
a kid.
I'm just like, I just want to rap. Like, I ain't want to go to no studio now. I just want to make the beat right here on the table and let's rap. You know what I'm saying? That was my thing. But
Isn't it crazy how, like, those moments when you first began doing it, that excitement never goes away?
At all. Like, I still even get that same excitement now. You know what I'm saying? On the level that I am now. And it's be like more exciting because it's like, yeah, I'm reaching more and more and more. So, you know, those days definitely shaped me because I remember just not, every time I think about those days, I remember I just couldn't, I remember I only could freestyle. I remember I couldn't write. I remember when I was first learning how to write. I remember I like everything with music, I taught myself. Nobody never, yo, this is 16 bars.
A slow
it was
progression.
very slow. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, what's the hell is a verse? Like, and I started understanding music more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, all right, bet. And I taught myself, I just figured out, like, I guess each line is a bar. That's how I figured it out. And I just taught myself how to, like, songwrite. I remember I couldn't songwrite, and I'm still developing, like, more songwriting skills. But just to look back, like, I remember I couldn't even write a song.
Even though you reached a certain plateau, you're like, I'm still trying to learn.
Of course.
And that's
always.
Dope. So I might not be accurate with this question, but it seemed at one point you kind of took like a 2-year break or close to it. And it's like, I was wondering, like, yo, did he step away to really figure things out or what? So like, and it's a time you took a little space. Like, what made you want to step back? Was it to regroup or what?
I had to find my niche. Like what I'm gonna do? Like, what you gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like, you going, I mean, like, and then, you know, like, doing music ain't easy. I tell people, a lot of people would be, yo, you know what I mean? Oh, you supposed to been on, or there's other people that be like, yo, my man rap, he don't want to take it serious and get on my nerves. But they be like, I be telling people, man, doing music is not the easiest. That shit ain't easy. You really got to dedicate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you all that, you got people that got a job. Like me personally, I can't focus on me having no job and still rapping. I would never be able to do that. So it's like,
either or.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, at that point with me, my personal thing was just like, what you gonna do to do more? Like, how we gonna step it up? You can't keep doing the same. You can't keep just rapping for. Can't keep just putting these songs out was falling on deaf ears. Like, what you gonna do, bro? You know what I'm saying? And like, once I just sat and really like, yo, nah, you gonna leave? You gonna leave that shit alone and don't play with it, waste your time, money, and energy? You can put that shit into something else and just take care of your people. I mean, yourself and your kids and all that. So I just sat back one day. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to F it. I'm gonna just go 100%. Whatever I gotta do, I don't care. And it worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? The plan that I wrote down, like, worked. I really be writing stuff down. You come like.
Got your own vision
board or in my phone. Like, the end of 2023, I had put up my notes, that everything I wrote down, what I'm gonna do, and I was like scratched off. And it's so crazy because when I put it up, 3 of the things that I didn't get to do after I put it up, right before the year ended, I end up doing. So I like scratched off like 95% of the list that I wrote. Like, I'm gonna do this show. I'm gonna go to Sway in the morning. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go on this platform. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put out this many this and this many that. I'm gonna do this. You know, some of the things I didn't get to do, but majority I did, and it was just like that.
You're not
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I always tell people to, like, you know, plan, man. Write it down. Whatever you want, write it down.
You
go
know
get
what's
it.
funny that you said that? Just the other day, I got on the phone with Sincere Cyphers. I don't know if you know who that is. He does the freestyles. He's from the Bronx.
Okay.
And he said, yo, Sha, like, get a vision board.
Yeah.
He said, you know, that vision board really helped me. He said, put God in your life in a vision board.
Right.
He said, you're going to be able to do everything you want to do.
Right.
And now hearing you say that, yo, I had a vision board and notes in my phone, and as soon as I put them out right before the year, I think I'm going to go get that vision board.
Yeah,
so
for sure, it definitely helps.
Your bounce back over the past 2 years,
Right.
that it's been strong. So what motivated you to come back, and how did you approach it differently in that time since you dropped Street Gospel?
I always say, I remember like 2021, 2022, I was like going through mad, like personal stuff. And that's when I was like, you know what I mean? That shit was kind of like, it was a lot going on. I'm like, and that's when I started, you know, I sat back, I'm like, what I could do, like, I have to find something that's gonna stick out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing this, that, third. I need to find something that's gonna stick out. And I remember I put up a post saying, yo, who could connect me with somebody that got plugins on these rap platforms, like where I could go just spaz out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to really take my time and go spaz out. So I sat in the crib and wrote like, probably like 15 to 20 raps, like just straight bars. All right, better put that to the side, memorize that. So I put up a post and I swear, I just said this on like 2-3 interviews. Somebody wrote me like, yo, holla at this person. I went to his page. I went to go, I'm like, this page private. I ain't writing that. It's gonna be in the request box. He's never answering that. So I'm like, I never wrote him. So boom, his name is Smitty. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Smitty. He talk is cheap. He like 3 months. The time frame was like 3 to 4 to 5, 6 months later. The same they told me to highlight. He had put up a video in his car playing one of my joints. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, this hard, yo, King, yo. So I'm like, oh, that's homie niggas told me to get with. So I hit him back immediately. I reposted the joint. I'm like, yo, what's up? Yo, good looking. I'm like, yo, I've been meaning to holler at you. He like, word, me? I'm like, yeah. He like, all right, bet, man. Now you dope, man. Let's get on the phone, word. And that was history. So he was telling me where everything he had going on. I looked on his page. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this could work. And I started like my run back with him. And then as people and platforms were seeing me do with him, they would to hit me on their own, or he would get it from me. But I would go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I would just go crazy every trip. Like every trip. I go every platform. He brought me up to Shade 45, Great Rizzy show, burnt that down. He brought me my first bars on 5, and then he brought me a couple other spots, Status Select. Like I was just burning shit down. I'm like, nah, because it's not going up there doing that. You know what I'm saying? I remember them flex, get your tapes ready, and Siegel and them going up there getting busy, kissing them. I'm like, nah, that part of the game
was missing for a
missing.
while.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's where I need to be. And it worked, man. It worked.
But so when we come back, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna get into about just a little bit of how street gospel was created and everything like that.
Right.
And we go from there and we continue the rest of the conversation. I'm glad to have you here, my brother.
Great to be here, man.
I'm glad to meet you in person for the first time. 4 years waiting to meet this man.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Take it away. I'm here with King Streetz. Like, I didn't even know what to say at that point because I ain't got another intro for him. But we just had a quick conversation. I had to stop it. I said, nah, let's throw it back on the camera when we come back.
Right.
What do you think about what's happening in hip-hop right now?
Yo, hip-hop, man. People got to understand we live in a different time, and hip-hop has grew. Like, you know what I mean? It's got bigger than, you know what I mean? The babies don't stay babies, man. Hip-hop first came out 50 years ago. It was a baby. It's 50 years old now.
Facts.
But it's changed.
It's got grandkids,
you know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I mean? It's got grandbabies. It got, you know what I'm saying? Great-grands. And, I mean, so it's like you can't get mad at what's going on. I like what's going on. And I'm telling people right now, it's going back to where people just liking great music. Mm-hmm. Real music, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody music gonna be heard because we live in that type of world. We got a phone and you're gonna find different music and things you like. But, you know, real hip hop has been cut out. They've been trying to slice that out for the funny music for years. So I shout out artists like Benny, 38, Conway, West Side.
Laugh.
Those people, those people, Millie, I mean my man Millie's, Davies, like those people that kept it alive. Mm-hmm. So now it's like we getting to a point now. It's like what I'm saying is we got to see what's coming out next for these kids because now the kids done grown up. These niggas is 25 and a little older. You know what I mean? They're getting older now. They're not gonna want to keep listening to that same. Your fans got older.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
fans
saying?
Get older. They got bills,
right?
kids.
So now they don't want it. Now
they can't listen to you smoking your op no more.
Exactly, because now they want to hear King talk about how real it is now. How you got to get out there and grind and get to it and go get that dollar. You know what I'm saying? So it's bigger than that now. You heard? But as far as overall, man, it's going back. It's slowly turning the table, turning back to just really making good music. I'm not saying just, you know what I'm saying, a good song could be back a hit record instead of niggas following a trend because that's hot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got to do that to get on. Nah, you ain't going to have to do that. You could actually do what you need to do do your lane, do your sound to get on.
You like the second person to say that on this show. Find your lane, find your niche. The man sat back for like a year and a half to find out what he was going to do. He came up with a game plan and executed. And I'm going to tell you something that I do think, since I'm off topic right now, I think the record labels have lost so much chasing the metric with one-hit wonders.
Of course.
They lost so much money that they're like, what are we going to do? Are we just going to use AI to make songs, or are we going to find talented artists?
Yeah, because you got to think about it like this. They don't need them.
Artists don't need labels at this point.
They don't need no labels. Why?
Labels don't need artists.
Why you got distros now? You know what I'm saying? Young homie could gain his fan base up and put his music out, get his money. Don't need nobody to take a cut of his check or none of that. He could put his own
3% because it's on their platform.
That's it. So it's like, you don't need them. It's not in the need. Before signing, I tell people, like my young homies or anybody hit me for advice, you know, years ago, signing the deal was everything. That's all you wanted to do. And that was the excitement to blind you to getting your money taken and you're not getting no bread. Look how many artists and groups made all these platinum hit records and ain't got a dime.
Who was it? Somebody just did an interview, said that they never received a check.
Exactly my point. So it's like a lot of the people
I'm going to put that in post-credit.
Look at these movies. Look at all these movies that came out 20 years later, how these people career, they ain't make a dime off this music. Because you know why? Just saying, yo, I got a deal. That was the excitement. We from the projects, man. These labels knew what they was doing, man. We from the dirt. They know just, here, sign this paperwork. It look like it's a lot going on, just to run around and say, yo, I'm a famous rapper now. You famous and broke.
Yo, my wife said something this morning, right? We were up talking business. I was like, yo, did I randomly reach out to Keen and that nigga just say, yo, set it up? And she's like, yeah. And we was just talking about the growth and the decline of music. And she said something. She said back in the days, the record labels supplied drugs to the studio, women and everything, kept the artists drugged up, drunk, and full of women so that they took their mind off the business. 100%. Now, because of social media, you got artists out there like, yo, nah, it's this part of the publishing, this part of the publishing, this part of the publishing, this part of the publishing. Get your mechanicals, do this, do this. So now artists are waking up like, hold on, I'm over here struggling while I'm only getting 10% of my own record and they getting 3 other parts of my record. So now it's an eye-opener, it's the awakening. I call it the awakening for the artist. And she was like, think about it. Back in the days, you go to the studio, they got weed, they got this, they got that for you there, so you stay drugged up and off the fuck.
That's a fact. And everything that they took percentage of, you sell yourself. Your merchandise, like, you go get your own merch done, man.
Facts. And then when if you're independent, and you put your merchandise with your project, they don't want to count the numbers.
Yeah.
But unless you use their vendor.
Exactly. So now you can put your project out independently on your own. You can go to the print shop, you know what I'm saying, and get your merch. You got store, you can go downtown,
you see?
28th Street.
Custom shit.
Go get your hoodies, go get your tees. You know what I'm saying? Go to your people, go print your joint up.
Yo, all you need is 100 fans.
That's it, man.
You get 100 fans and you sell 100 hoodies every month or so, 100 t-shirts. You're making a little bit of a living. You know what I'm saying?
Good,
like,
man.
you get 100 followers. So let me get back on topic. So can you tell us about your project, Street Gospel, and what was the story behind the name, and what was the themes or the messages that you wanted listeners to take away when you created that body of work?
I think my style was like street gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like lyrical
preaching,
hip-hop church. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go get that word. People go every Sunday, they go get that word. I feel like when you pop my music on, you get that word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get that word, like, okay. Yeah, oh yeah, King talking that. Okay, all right, bet. And I put that as like, that's how I was a fan. When I listened to Kiss, like I told him, we had a one-on-one conversation, I told him, like, you was like my big brother. My big brother was at home, locked up, and you know what I'm saying? You like a big brother. Like, you was like my older brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit you was saying, I was learning off that. You know what I mean? Like, well, I ain't take that shit for granted you was saying, because you really was saying shit that I was going through and seeing. So I mean, I feel like that's my style, like, you know what I mean, street gospel. So when I came up with the title, I'm like, you know, I want certain type of sounds. You know what I'm saying? Just that and the third. So I'm telling Money Mark, like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. And we created a nice little sound. And we started from the top, like, I mean, from the, let's do the intro. Once I got, like, the intro down, I know where the direction I'm going. And then we start just cutting up songs, boom, boom, boom.
I heard y'all got a write-up in the magazine about that intro.
Yeah, super.
What was that about?
It was like 2 magazines I got that write-up about because a lot of people, I don't really want to say it because I don't want them to take it down, but a lot of people don't know where that intro come from, the sample.
Don't just say it off screen.
Yeah, I'll tell you
We
off
talk
camera.
about it.
I don't want to be like, oh, no, take it down.
Shout out to Money Mark, because that motherfucker,
shout out to Money Mark.
Yo, he really know how to chop a
So
sample
boom.
up.
All right, look. So I was like, I'm not gonna say where it came from or nothing, but I'm gonna tell you how it came about. We was in my man RG studio. Shout out to my man RG, right? So he's in the studio, and I'm like, I heard the beginning of a joint. I'm like, yo, I want that sample, but I'm saying he like, so when we was chopping it, he chopping the sample, and he tweaking, and it went like left. I'm like, oh nah, we using that just like that. Like he like, yo, we hype. Well, we put the shit behind there, they start making it right there. I cooked that shit right then and there. Like, I start writing, well, we cooked it right then and there. But I don't think nobody will ever guess where that came from. Like, if I was, I would have to tell you.
If I didn't know it was Money Mark, I would be like, I don't think that's a sample. But being I know how he do, I'd be like,
yeah, my son is one of the sample gods, man.
That's the shit online, sample god.
My son one of the sample gods.
Let's get into the collaborations and the mentorship. Like, working with artists like Roddy Rebel, Dave East, and Jim Jones, like, how did that, like, help you or elevate you?
I working with Jim every night, man. It's just, you know what I mean? It's a grateful situation. I'm just thankful. Because he hard working. He, you know, get to sit around him and see like, he him. You know what I'm saying? He is who he is. And it's day in, day out, studio, every night, not sleeping. I think Shmo making all this music and leaving 5, 6, 7 in the morning and doing it all over again, working out the next. Like, I'm like, oh nah, I gotta go hard. Like, I'm around him, I gotta go hard. He good. He don't even have to move like this, and he's moving like that. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I gotta go. And East is just, man, I don't think East get enough flowers, man. I think, like, he's just a great soul, man. He's a great person, just overall, just a real solid dude. And I'm saying he just, I mean, I think he don't get enough credit in the city. Like I said, I came to my show, and I was saying on the mic right in front of him, I'm like, nah, I gotta give you your flowers, bro, because I think if you in the city and doing your thing, you got a Dave East feature. You know what I'm saying? Like
he rock with the
he rock, right. I'm saying, like, he rocking when they, hold on, let me get on that. Or if they reach out and you got a certain connection to him, you know what I'm saying? And son need his flowers for that. And then as far as Rowdy, man, Rowdy is like peoples, man. They've been rocking with me since forever, since 2014, when they first was moving and grooving, and they was rocking me and Rowdy, you know, me, Rowdy, Bobby, and they was doing their thing, and them niggas bigging me up and rocking with me at the height, you know, the biggest of their career, where they ain't have to. That's the time where they act funny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and them niggas to this day is just love. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is love. Shout out to Rowdy, shout out to Bobby. Them niggas is love. I see Rowdy, anytime I see Bobby, it's lit. Like, oh, like, it's always that, because we got a great, you know what I mean, friendship. And same thing with Rowdy, we on the phone, or like, I mean, we got new joints together or whatever, we rock out. Anytime we in the studio, you know what I'm saying, together, we rocking out. So they just solid individuals, man.
Definitely. So the creative process.
Right.
What comes into your creative process when you're creating songs, and are you competitive? Like, when you're on a song with somebody, you're like, hold on, I'm about to go crazy because this person is on the track.
Oh yeah, super competitive. I tell Jim that every night. We ain't cool until this studio session is over, brother. That's it. You watch my stories, you see it.
Foot the neck.
Yeah, we ain't, word, like, and that's our little thing we do. That's how we, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get him going, he get me going, like, what? What's up, Tim? What we doing? What's up? You want smoke? We got this thing we call You Want Smoke, like, every night. and we just get busy, man. And it's just, I'm always been competitive in the right way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't.
You ain't got to step on the toes.
Yeah,
but you
I ain't
gotta let
trying to
them know
do
you
that.
there.
I ain't trying to end your career. I'm just saying, when I come in and do this song with you, don't think because we cool, I'm going to tell me down. Nah, I'm coming to say that shit.
I could tell you when I first seen you get picked up by him. I don't even think you was signed at the time. I'm not, because I don't know the situation. I'm not going to front like I know your ins and outs. But when I seen you rocking with him a lot, I said, son stepping his game up, because Jim started going hard. Like, I was like, oh, Jim got bars now?
Right.
Like, he's really stepping his game up? Oh, I was proud of it. I was like, I think the young boy pushing his pen. So I could, when you say that now?
Yeah, I think we bring that motivation to the studio, man. You need that. Everybody need that. I mean, I feel like my presence, I think a lot of people like to work around me and like me in the studio. Like, I've been in the studio with a lot of artists and bring that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody need that. And I feel like we push each other. When we in the studio, like, I'll push him one night, I might say some crazy shit. Like, you know what? I ain't see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, or load up another beat, and we just push each other, man. And it's a great thing. It's history for me. You know what I'm saying? In my hometown and where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And where we come from. So it's like to me to be making music with this every night, I be thinking in my head like, this what Stack was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like this how, you know what I mean? And I just do it in my own way. So it's a blessing, man. I think, you know. Of course, you know, I bring the energy, and of course, he know rapping with me, he got to bring it. And I know when I'm rapping with him, you know, I'm going to go to new heights, and I'm going to bring it. So I think that's what it is. A lot of people be trying to, I be like, nah, the energy. A lot of people need to be around certain energy you never know what you're going to come out with.
You know, I had a question that's later on down the line, and being that you mentioned it, I was definitely going to be like, squad up.
Right.
What was Stack Bundles like for y'all in the hometown?
Stack was the guard, man. Stack was the guard. If you, I mean, like, I come from that time, so it's like, not come from that time because I'm younger than them, but I was outside early. So it's like, Stack was the guard. He was the, like, first we were seeing like, oh, shit, it can happen.
Real.
Oh, it's happening. Oh, okay. Oh, we could do this. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that kind of thing with Stack. Like, he gave it that hope, like, it could get to that level. You could get there. And then, you know, when Chinks was doing it, it's like, oh, we really could get, oh, I bet. Say no more. Let me lock in. Let me get in the studio. Let me start getting out here. Because this shit's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what they gave, man. Well,
one thing I respect, one thing I respected about Stack is that when I first heard him, I was like, oh, I don't like his music. And then, like a year later, I was like, who's that? Stack. I was like, oh, he's dope. Yeah. It's like, he kept working on his craft and getting better and better.
You had to find, I always tell people, when you first start doing music, you don't find yourself yet. You know what I'm saying? You just rap because you learn. You still learning. I mean, you always learning regardless, but you in that stage where you're actually learning. So it's like, you don't really know yourself. Because you know what I'm saying, I be looking back like, I know niggas like, damn, that nigga Keen is dirt. At a certain point, like years ago. You know what I'm saying? But you got to find yourself. You got to find yourself. I think there's still people now that's doing it every day that didn't really find themselves. You got to find your niche, what you want to do, your sound, how you want to rap. Da-da-da. People be all over the place. So I feel like with Stack, he just found like, you know what? Because he always was that guy. You know what I'm saying?
He started talking that talk.
Yeah, he always was that guy, though, so you can't take that away from him. He always was the pretty boy, flamboyant, minks, braids, and
doing his thing.
Stack. So he always was that. I feel like in the beginning, he didn't tap into that. Stack was Far Rockaway at first. It was like, nah, we don't need the rough and tough. We need talk. We need you. And once he fell in with that, it was over.
Oh,
once he found that out, it was over.
He started going crazy.
Yeah, it was over. I feel like even with Chinks, like you listen to old Chinks, you hear that gritty Far Rockaway, but after a while you hear that I'm fly. Like,
that shift on the Coke boys.
You know what I mean?
That shift on the Coke boys.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody tap into you know what I mean? You start seeing you see more, seeing a little bit more money, you traveling more. You know what I'm saying? He running around with Jimmy. You see the difference. You hear the stories. He rapping about it. Miami, start changing his name to Balcony Bundles. Then you get this. You hear because he growing. Even with Chinks, you hear it more. French got him running around. He doing this. So you hear it. You know what I'm saying? So when you see more, you gonna rap more.
I heard you lyrically progress over the last year because your verbiage changed. Like I pay attention to all of that.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, he outside seeing, so I can smell it with some money. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, he outside exploring, like.
Yeah, you get to see a lot, man. You talk about a lot. Like, it's just crazy. Because I was on the way, it's so crazy. I was on the way here, and I was just playing the beat, like, because that's when I be writing. I mean, that's my little time when I be driving dolo. Sometimes I don't be with no, I mean, I don't got the gang with me. I don't got the bros with me. And I just take my time out and just, I'm driving. And I was writing on the way here. And I'm just like, just thinking about everything. And I'm just writing that shit. I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, this one might be one of the ones right here. I'm talking crazy right now. Like, and it is like, it's just, you know what I mean?
You write in
like,
your head or you write in your
I write
phone?
in my head and then write in the phone.
Okay.
So I can get it together in my head and then I write it down because I forget that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Jim good with that shit. I smoke a blunt, fall asleep, wake up with the verse in his head. So he one of them, I ain't that, I'm writing it down. Listen, kids, stop letting these people tell y'all, yo, I don't write. They don't write, but it ain't for everybody, man. It ain't for everybody.
Practice your craft.
Write that shit down, practice your craft, and you'll get there. Everybody once wrote, right? They grew. Because a lot of niggas, y'all don't write. I could tell. You saying anything. And some you don't write, that they perfected it. You got Hove, Biggie, Jim. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas. Other people that don't write, you know what I'm saying? I watch like that don't write. I watch a lot of people. But niggas, it don't be perfect.
That come with that 20 years experience. You're not doing that.
Yeah, you gotta relax, homie.
Years.
Relax, homie.
So currently, right now, are there any stories from your life where you're excited to share for your upcoming music?
I'm just in a space, man. I don't think it's nothing specific. I'm just in a space where I'm just good, bro. Like I'm great. You know what I mean? It's an in between for me. It's like I'm still at a space in the way I'm like the hunger is on 1,000,000. I'm still around the wolves. I'm still around the hood. You know what I mean? And then I got the mixed job. I'm around you know, some rappers, some millionaires, and this and that. So I get, you know what I'm saying? I get the that end of that. I get that plate and I get that plate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm at a great, and I always tell people take advantage of like this space still, because I watch at that level where like they be wanting that space still because it keep a niche with their music. So I'm at a space where I feel great.
You gotta enjoy it.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it.
Because once you cross that line,
it's over. It get too serious.
You can't.
It get way too serious.
Who was it? It was an artist from the West Coast. The Box. What's his name?
Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch. He said to the dude, he said, yeah, I was gang banging, but now I'm with such and such. She putting $100 million up. You think she gonna let me go out there and rock with y'all? You think she gonna let that happen?
Yeah.
Once you cross that line and the millionaires and billionaires really start putting that money in your pocket, they're gonna be looking at you. We'll take it back.
That's a fact.
So you gotta enjoy that time where you could be with your
space.
homies. Enjoy that time where you could rock with the rich people and see what's going on, so you could plan.
Exactly.
So, and being that was said, in 5 years, where do you see Keen musically and personally?
Oh, super rich, man. 500 million up, label. My young rocking, they eating. My people just feeding their families. My homies just feeding their kids off of something that they just believed in me from the projects. My artists is just doing what they do, feeding their peoples, putting their peoples on. And, you know, I'm just sitting back, man, in boss mode. You know what I'm saying? So
I see it. Keep grinding.
yeah, I appreciate it.
So with that being said right there, you heard it from the man himself. He gonna have the label soon. He do got people here. So with that being said, we're gonna get ready for the Passing the Torch segment, and we'll be right back with Keen and his guests.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to Crash the Industry. And before I introduce my next guest, me and Keen was just talking, and I just want to say I appreciate him for pulling up and not saying, yo, do you have a budget? I just want to say this to people. When y'all first started and y'all was coming up and you needed a little bit of help and you reached out to the people who were doing a little better and they turned their back on you, it was like, yo, you got a budget and you ain't have it, you was tight, right? And you turned around and turned into the same person. But Keen ain't do that, and that's why I just want to get that out. So for our next guest, straight out of Far Rockaway, Blaze Cartier has been making waves since 2023, building his fan base and telling his story, hustling, grinding, and making it for keeps. His most recent project, GGB2, dropped in April, and his next single, For Keeps, is already out on all platforms. Blaze is shooting the video this December. Looking ahead to 2025, he's soaking up all the game and working on a new Fire EP. Stay tuned. Let's give it up to Blaze Cartier as he crashes the industry and King passes the torch to him. What's up, my brother?
Cartier.
How you doing?
Good to meet you. I'm good.
You good?
Pleasure to be here.
I'm glad King bought you because sometimes I tell people to bring somebody and they don't be wanting to pass the torch. So I appreciate you, my brother. Nah, motherfuckers always want to hold on to the torch.
It's a whole lot of them, but I figured out it's a lot, man. It's a lot of them, but we'll start here.
Yeah, so how did you and King meet? You said y'all grew up together?
I mean, yeah, we from the same hood. You know, I grew up watching them. You know, they the older bros, they the big bros and all that. So we running around, seeing what they doing, you know, performing, making things work, you know.
Okay.
That's it.
So when did you start taking this more serious? Because you told me at one time it was just for fun and then...
Yeah, I mean, I started dropping consistently about 2022. Like, but I didn't get on something right. I'm a rap till about 2023, November, around there. So I just been, you know, dropping. I got the tape, you know, I got the recent tape out, GGB2. I'm just learning, you know, the ins and outs of the game and what to do, what not to do, you know, the what's and what's not. You know, that's it.
Okay, so what is it right now that you see that you're watching King do and you're like, oh, I could learn from that?
I mean, you know, just the strategies, man. Like, you know, it take a lot to get to where you're trying to go, no matter what. Like you said, artists, it ain't easy being an artist. You got to do especially if you're independent, you got to do everything by yourself. So it really just me, just watching, bro, as he elevated. You know, I watched from young. I'm seeing it vividly from how it started, ground up. So I just take my little ones and twos from that. Like, all right, bro was doing this. He was in the same position as me. You know, I was here, he was there, and now look, things happen.
So
you know?
what part of what you watched and learned from King played the part in your song For Keeps?
I mean, just the energy, you know, the aggression, the hunger, you know? Like, I'm playing for keeps no matter what.
Right.
No matter what.
Okay, that's that Far Rock energy
Yeah,
right there.
I told you.
So
Finna, you know,
GGB2,
finna rock.
what is that?
I mean, gotta get billions too, you know, that's the team. Like, GGB, that's the team. Gotta get bands, gotta get billions, you know. For me, it started off as gotta get bands, but you know, we grown, we older now, so it's more so gotta get billions. It's more of a wealth mindset. It went from just doing it to being, yo, this gotta happen.
Right.
You know, so that's what that come from, you know.
So normally artists in your age range and age bracket, y'all usually putting out 4 or 5 songs for an EP. What was it that made you say, yo, I'm gonna do 11 songs on this project?
I mean, you know, honestly, I just felt like, you know, I got so much music just recorded and sitting. That's all I ever did, because I'm running around doing what I'm doing, you know, just recording. So I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna give him this just to establish, like, all right, he rapping, you know, like, this is what he gonna do. And from there, you know, I'm just learning, all right, see how it go, see what they want, see what the people trying to listen to. Because, you know, I'm a young artist, but I'm kind of like the middle. I grew up listening to Kiss too. I grew up listening to these artists, Mobb Deep, Nas, all of them. So it's like I hear that. But at the same time, I'm in a different era where it's dumbed down, you know, it's dumbed down. So it's different trends. Like he said, trends is going on, and sometimes you got to be involved in them trends to even, feel me, proceed, unless you got your own lane. And that's what I'm doing, just trying to find my own lane, you know, just get money music, young hustler coming up. Like, I'm from the trenches, bro. This shit don't ever stop.
So what are your goals for 2025?
I mean, you know, I'm still up and coming. You know, I'm just trying to master my craft, perfect me, learn who I am with this, and figure out, all right, this is what I'm going to do, this is my lane. I got to master my lane. Nobody could master that for me. So that's what I'm working on.
So, King, what was it about him? What did you see in him that you say, you know what, let me bring the young boy with me?
He's just a hustler. I ain't gonna lie, man. He hit me every day, if not every day, every other day. He asks a lot of questions. He actually remind me of me, like just asking questions. A nigga, he just always hit me. He just, I mean, he don't be like, oh, like, I don't care, we gonna do us, front King, and we the young niggas, we taking it, we doing this. Like, he actually like, yo, what's up, bro? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I do this? How can I do that? And him and like Leak always hit me, man. Shout out to my young homie Rich Leak. And they always hit me. Like, yo, big bro, we want to do this, we want to do that. a lot of stuff that, you know what I mean, not him, but a lot of stuff like Lee could be saying to me, it be kind of like over. I be like, can't do that yet. Like, I mean, like, we got to start here.
That's ground up.
That's
Let's
my little
do
brother.
that. Yeah, that's his
my
little brother.
So,
it's like, and then I feel like, you know, with all of them, rest in peace, man. We lost one of our young stars, Matt Bands.
R.P. Matt Bands.
And I remember I used to always tell him, like, I'm going to do this I got you. Just keep going. I took him to a studio session. Word, he recorded a joint. He never put it out, but we got it still. I mean, just any little thing that I could do, you know what I'm saying, to try to help them. Because I know what it's like when they have no outlets. You know what I'm saying? If I would have never brought him here, he wouldn't have knew about Crash the TV like that. You know, Crash the Industry or a lot of platforms that I'm going on. So I just feel like it's my duty to, like, help them out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's way more of them. Obviously, I couldn't bring all of them, but, you know, one by one. Yeah, but it's mad at them. It's really mad at them.
I ain't gonna lie,
traveling, and plus it be stuff that I'm doing after. Like I'm going to do something else. But as long as it's one of them and he could pass it on, and then, you know what I'm saying, he could do whatever. So one is better than none.
When you said that, he asked you a lot of questions. When we walked in, he was like, "Yo, how you go about getting a TV show? How you go about starting a business?" I was like, "You trying to dodge that $50 an hour consultation fee?" But I'm gonna tell you, it starts. It really starts with the thought.
Yeah.
And I don't, if you was paying attention, and when him and I were conversing, he gave me game that somebody just gave me the other day that my wife has been trying to tell me for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Get a vision board. I'm gonna do it. He made me a believer, and my boy Sincere, shout out to Sincere Cyphers, they made me a believer.
Right.
So right now, what I want to do is, before he gets out of here, I want to show, and before y'all get to the performances and showcasing, I want to bring up Taylor Ricard real quick. Can you come up here real quick, my brother?
My doggy.
Come up here real quick.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Before we get into anything,
Yeah.
This is a superstar, bro. Listen to me. I don't listen. Nah. It's gonna be this. It's a
Can
super
we get the other mic out real quick?
star, bro. Like, for real, bro. And I just like to see people. I like to be there when it starts, son, to really watch this. Like,
All right,
damn,
so hold on. Yeah, we're gonna get a mic out. We're gonna talk to Taylor Ricard real quick. So right now, just take a break, and we're gonna bring him back in because I just wanna talk to him real quick before we get to the performances. See, this is dope. This is improvising. I was like, nah, I can't let this. Welcome back. I just did a little improvisation real quick because we had a star sitting on the side, and I was like, I didn't feel comfortable with having him sitting on the side without at least introducing him, so we know that he's gonna definitely come back. And I would like to introduce Taylor Ricard.
What's popping with it?
What's going on, my brother?
What's good, man? I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm honored to have you here. My brother King said you was a star, and he said that loudly, like he believed it.
Thank you, man. He did. I heard him. You heard me?
Yeah, he did. I heard him.
So tell us where you from.
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I grew up in Sherwood.
Okay.
That's a little small hood, center of the city type.
Okay. So just so y'all know, Crash the Industry is not a New York show. I'm saying this for the second time. We already have Baltimore. We got some other people. We got Virginia on the way, and we got Baton Rouge in the building. So
Feel me?
how did Baton Rouge shape your music? Because I haven't heard it yet, but he told me you on the hook. And when I was driving down, I was listening to Street Gospel because that's my album. You know what I'm saying? So like, how did Baton Rouge shape your music?
So I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You feel me? I spent most of my childhood there. So
Okay.
it shaped my life.
Okay.
And my music is about my life, my personal experience in life, and my perspective. All my music is about my perspective. I don't really talk too much about nothing that ain't happened to me. So,
Don't go to jail, nigga.
yeah, I done been to jail. I did A flat.
Oh man, we can't get those people no more of our time.
Don't do that. You feel me? Jail lame and it's for losers. Don't do that. But if you in jail, look, if you do it and go at any point, read. Read.
So real quick, before we get up out of here and we get to the performances y'all gonna do, how did you meet King?
So I met Keen at Empire Studios, coming up here to work with Jim. My manager is a long life friend of Jim, and Keen was one of his artists. I actually seen King get signed. I was there the day he got signed, so
Okay.
I witnessed that. I witnessed him shoot a video. I went in there to work. He was in there consistently working, and I'm not shy to work. I'm a workaholic, and so is he. You feel me? So it's just like magnetic. You feel me? Two working energies gonna collide, and no ego with it.
Copy.
He called me in there. I'm do something.
I look forward to hearing what y'all did on the song. And shout out to Jim. You keep reaching back and you keep helping the peoples come up. Shout to King.
Yeah,
shout to King, because King is following in your footsteps. And he rocking with the people.
This is just an example of, like, you know, this is my young homie, and I watched him grow up. And this is an example of, I didn't know Taylor that long, but it don't matter how long you know a person. It's energy. Real is real.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying?
Bro.
Real gonna recognize real niggas regardless.
Facts.
And I live by, you know what I mean, a lot of people your day ones, but those be the people that cross you.
Facts.
You can meet somebody and know them for 2-3 years, and they be realer than the you grew up with.
I heard about you for 4 years, and I was told that you was a solid stand-up dude. And after meeting you for 37 seconds, I was like, he A1 like steak sauce.
Right. Nah, I
I rock
appreciate
it.
you.
Amen.
So,
yeah.
with that right there,
Y'all gonna see them on their own up here.
they gonna come back.
It's just an introduction. He gonna have his own segment. He gonna have his own
We're gonna
segment.
let he ain't
Definitely
gonna take
coming
over
back.
Crash the Industry.
You know
Close it
what
out,
I'm saying?
baby.
So that's what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing, man. But I just feel like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, I just you know what I mean? Like we just were speaking about, like, you know, when people coming up, they forget the process. I don't forget all the pain and agony and headaches and stress that I went through to get to where I'm even at. I ain't even where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, I just feel like I owe the younger bros, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's way more of them on their own time. When he come for his, he could bring the rest of them and they can tell you their story. They got they got their story, what they got going on. So I feel like, you know what I mean? One is better than none, and then he can bring all of them. You know what I'm
Put
saying?
your foot in the door.
And put you,
and
that's
kick
it,
it
that's
open.
all he needs.
And with that, King just took my job over, and King closed out the show. And
Yeah,
that's another
man.
episode of Crashing
Man,
the
the
Industry.
building. Nah, I appreciate you.
We gonna
Yeah.
get to the performances. We good.
Big. Go crazy. It's Mr. Cartier, nigga. On the set, nigga, ain't nobody with my flow. Cartier, I got it for the low. If I got the work, I get it going for show. Everybody calling on my phone. You need it, I'm coming. It's a go. On the set, I'm cooking up a pro. Hit the spot with a debit, then I'm getting low. Yeah, you know I'm getting low. I'm clearing the tab when I got the piece. When I swing, I'm praying it on deep. Body different, you know I'm elite. You trying to do business, you know I be. Got a 6, it been going for weeks. I'm getting back, I ain't going to sleep. If I don't get racks, how the f I eat? You should know that I'm playing for keeps. Full of competition and the opposition, nigga dead, they don't stand a chance. Cartier, I fell in love with bands, trapping and rapping to the plan. Everybody know that I'm the man, the shit is behind me, you know that's the fan. You better keep it cool just like a fan. How we did them, they was saying. And I know them people, they be watching and plotting, so I gotta keep it discreet. You don't know what I made in a week, got the wave in the tuck, you ain't seen me speak. Oh yeah, they was up, then I passed them. It's Cartier, no glasses, catch me in traffic, dipping in some fashion. They get it swell like molasses, went to the trap while they went to them classes. Teacher was calling saying I ain't passing. They can while my teacher ratting. Had my mother bugging, she was spazzing. Shit, I'ma go get it, wasn't with the accent. On the real, I'm never with the chatting. And I'm only moving off your actions. Don't come around if you known for the cat, nigga. Ain't nobody with my flow. Cartier, I got it for the low. If I got the work, I get it going for show. Everybody calling on my phone. You need it, I'm coming, nigga. It's a go. On the set, I'm cooking up a pro at the spot with a debit, then I'm getting low. Yeah, you know I'm getting low. I'm clearing the tab when I got the piece. When I swing, I'm praying it on deep. Body different, you know I'm elite. You trying to do business, you know I be. Got a 6, it been going for weeks. I'm getting back, I ain't going to sleep. If I don't get racks, how the f I'ma eat? You should know that I'm playing for keeps.
First performance, first interview.
Yeah. What's up? You know what's going on, man. We on Crash the Industry, man. That's what we doing. We crashing this. Stop playing. Yeah. Tell them to turn it up. Tell them to turn it up. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. Don't get shy. Don't get shy. Yes. I ain't always had the money, you know, grind and take a minute. Remember when my pockets had Jason Tate a minute. Wasn't a boss then, that my account got paper in it. 2-bedroom apartment, they was trying to raid us in it. How you fighting for your life, boy, you know the deal. Trying to box, you gonna see I be in Holyfield. And you know I had the rollie way before the deal. It's paperwork to this jury, boy, you know it's real. A nigga play, they lay him down, we don't hesitate. Shoot him to his eyes closed like he meditates. Every time a rat die, we gon' celebrate. And I'm getting too much paper, I can never hate. This shit don't hold enough money, I need a better safe.
Now he's sick, he need Medicaid. So to make the coke rise, watch it levitate. Haters trying to box me in, but they featherweight. Damn, nigga. Spent 100,000 just to flood the watch. Damn, nigga. Tell a jeweler that I need another watch. Damn, nigga. Whipping too much work, I need another plot. Damn, nigga. My strip ain't enough, I need another plot. Damn, nigga. Spent 100,000 just to flood the watch. Damn, nigga. Tell a jeweler that I need another watch. Damn, nigga. Whipping too much work, I need another plot. Damn, nigga. My strip ain't enough, I need another plot. Damn, nigga. Project Babies, man. Come on, man. Yeah. Project Baby.
We was just some project babies. Crash the industry, you heard me. Thank y'all for having me. I'm Taylor
Stop
Ricard.
playing with
Way
it.
from Louisiana, you feel me?
I love you, Bobby.
Yeah. Crack residue on that project floor. I made a killing cause they was getting high next door. My mom says, you ain't no baker, what that pot Rex for? In my head I'm like, you don't wanna know what I got that for, huh? Pockets wasn't stable, so the block was the angle, they was beefing. Niggas trying to box him like the cable. When they shot him, it was fatal. Shells dropped him like the label. BBL, it ain't over to a body on the table. I fell back and separated myself cause I want more. They backdoor niggas, they moms are open the front for. Always kept it 100 with niggas, why would I front for? Know that you don't like me, why the f you say what? Niggas getting greedy, trying to attract for M's. When the loyalty don't add up, subtract your friends. They only see it when you lose, trying to subtract your wins. Everybody can't go, you can't pack the
It was
bins.
just some project, baby.
What?
In my mama kitchen going Pyrex crazy.
What?
Almost passed up, but I concentrate.
What else?
Gotta break free from these concrete cages.
What?
Concrete cages.
What?
Project, baby.
Where we go?
Was in the kitchen going Pyrex crazy.
Almost crashed out.
But I concentrated.
Trying to break free.
From these concrete cages.
You know what they said?
Concrete cages.
Couldn't hustle on that block, they turned sales into murder. It was so loud, they shot him with some shit I never heard of. Started going OT, trying to take it a little further since a baby. I remember they was cooking in the Gerber. Stood next to blocks that did 10 a day. And when the police raided the crib, they tried to get away. Teams fall when the main nigga gets sent away. So make sure you got that stash money put away. When you got it and they broke, niggas fill away. It's homies I grew up with, I don't fuck with to this day. Talk behind his back, but you know where that nigga stay. Coulda hollered at him, shot him a text, did it a different way. Huh, I love when niggas act like they really about it. Cause one thing about that graveyard, it never get crowded. It hit different when your homie is the nigga that doubt it. From the projects, we tryna whip our way.
We was just some project babies. In my mama kitchen going Pyrex crazy.
Almost crashed out.
But I concentrate.
Gotta break free.
From these concrete cages.
What else?
Concrete cages.
What else?
Project baby.
What they was doing?
Was in the kitchen going Pyrex crazy.
Almost passed out.
But I concentrated.
Gotta break free.
From these concrete cages.
Concrete
cages.
Project Baby. Stop playing with us. Taylor Ricard, King Street, stop playing.
Crash the industry, man.
Crash the industry. We just
crash the industry.
We just can't. Stop playing, man.
Yo, I want to say thank you. We up here with the drone in the sky. I want to say thank you. I appreciate y'all for everybody showing up. Appreciate you, yo, King, my brother.
100%.
We're going to lock it in.
Yes, sir.
We're going to make some things happen.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
Can I get a Crash the Industry? Crash the Industry.
New York, what's up, New York? Listen, we in New York, right?